Tom in Little Rock, Arkansas asks, were you always this focused on God in your life, or was there a turning point?
Yeah.
I had to include that because it has Turning Point, which is the name of my Bible study.
It is?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to point that out.
Thank you. It's a great question. I think the important thing in the question is to realize that what you're describing, Tom, is not in the past tense of my life, but it is something that, like all of us, I have to struggle with every day, every week, every month, every year of my life. So, no, I wasn't always focused on so much on God and mission. And some of the times when I wasn't so focused have been really recent. And some of the times like that will be probably not too far in the future. I don't think that it's not binary, it's not ones or zeros. Oh yes, we've done that and now we are that. No, we have to keep winning it every day. And I think that's what makes it exciting, that's what makes it challenging. But there have been some really powerful turning points in my life, In my book, I Heard God Laugh, which came out this year, I talk about who taught me how to pray. And I talk about the reality that most people have never been taught how to pray. We spend a lot of time talking about prayer. We spend a lot of time telling people they should pray. But it's astounding how few people have ever been really taught how to pray. And when I was about 15, a friend of my family's taught me how to pray. And I will never forget the moment. I will never forget the day. I describe it in detail in I Heard God Laugh. And I think when you read that, I think it sort of puts a lot of jigsaw pieces together, and you're able then to look at what I've done over the last 27 years and what I'm actually trying to accomplish, for you, for your friends, for your kids, for your grandkids, because that was an absolute turning point in my life.
Last question, and it builds on that. Emma in San Antonio was on a pilgrimage with us that I was leading last year in Italy. And she made her first reconciliation. She was there with her 3 older brothers and her parents. She made her first reconciliation while we were on the trip in Italy. And Emma asks, who or what inspired you to start Dynamic Catholic?
That's a great question.
It's fun stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. So I tell this story in my book, Resisting Happiness. And basically, Dynamic Catholic is the result of an intervention in my life in about 2007. So 2007, I'd been writing and speaking for about 15 years, written probably about 15 books, sold millions and millions of copies, spoken to millions and millions of people. And a group of my friends got me together and they told me, you are wasting your life. And it was, it crushed me. Sometimes you have these moments and you're just so completely disoriented. It was one of those moments for me. And they challenged me. They said, you've got to get off the road. You've got to start creating content and experiences for people that can reach millions and millions of people. Yes, you're out there talking to 1,000 people every night, 300 nights of the year, but that ultimately will be very bad for you, very bad for your health, very bad for your relationships, and you have so much more to give. And so again, that was a massive turning point in my life. It was a moment of incredible disorientation that took me months really to recover from. And through that process, I realized that they were right in a sense. And then I went back and I spent some more time with them, and I said, all right, well, orient me. How do I know, what this looks like? And they say, you have to work out how do you have 100 times more impact in the next 15 years than you've had in the last 15 years. Not twice as much impact, not 5 times or 10 times as much impact, but 100 times more impact. And we will do anything we can to help you work that out and to help you bring that about. We'll do whatever we can to help. But it's a 100 times factor, and so Dynamic Catholic was born out of that.
And that was 11 years ago, right?
Yeah.